Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up, volume isn't my middle name, still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still I swear I'm always chasing, I'm dumb as fuck, we don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up, volume isn't my middle name, still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still I swear I'm always chasing, I'm dumb as fuck, we don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up, volume isn't my middle name, still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still I swear I'm always chasing, I'm dumb as fuck, we don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up, volume isn't my middle name, still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still I swear I'm always chasing, I'm dumb as fuck, we don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the catdet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not, but still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along, gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved.
And just like that, We are, in fact, Tristan, get off the stage. We are, in fact, live here from one of the 54 offices that Jupiter has in Singapore. How you feeling, Meow?
Oh, awesome. Let's go.
Let's go, baby boy. All right, here we are. We are going to figure this out live, as usual, as I try to share my screen and then do this right here. Inshallah, this works. What the fuck happened to all these views? Well, I'm sure Sri will be able to fix that as well. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this Planetary Call special live Jupe Rally edition. We're here. We're playing a little bit by the seat of our pants. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to figure it out here, but we have a fun one lined up. That is for sure. Let us know if you are with us in the chat. Drop a little LFG for me. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. This is a high energy only situation. And as a result, we have a bunch of folks here with us as well. Let's just do a little guest cameo right quick as we zoom into the Planetary Call. Our first guest cameo, you know him. You love him. You
do we love him? Do we love him? Do we love him? Do we love him?
I mean, chat, you tell us. Do you love our first special guest here? It is, of course, the one and the only, the Kemosabe. The mustache! Look at that! One and only! He's mustache! I swear to you, I don't know if anyone can hear us here. Yes, all right, they can't hear us. That's good. Thank God. Oh. This is Kemosabe. He's live in the flesh only for this, the Jupe Rally. Kemo, we're going to have some fun times. We might do a little dancing later on. I don't know.
I've got Slorg right here. He's in my hip bag. Moisturized.
Moisturized?
He's moisturized, yeah. Every time I get water at a restaurant, I just pour a little bit in there so it can get dry.
Hey, by the way, just for information, guys, when I just met Kemo.
Yeah, like
5 minutes ago. And you know what? Guys, I can't stop looking at the mustache.
I can't stop looking into his baby blue eyes.
About the mustache.
I think I'm blushing. I'm blushing.
Oh. I honestly thought you guys were going to kiss right there. I thought it was like, chat, do we love Kemo or not? Please let us know over here. He's looking at the chat. He's reading it right now just to make sure that people say nice things about him over here, which is great. The Jupe Broman says, Yodaban, I have been replaced, it seems now. I thought I was the only one that I draw it. But if I have to give up my spot to anybody, I'm happy that it's you, Kemo. I'm happy that you've earned it. All right, folks, we got a Planetary Call for you today. Energy's already feeling right. It's about to feel even more right as we play the unofficial Cadet theme song. And folks, there we are. People are pumped. People are feeling good, which is what I like to hear. Do we have this? We got to get the chat back up here. Meow, meow, pump it, cats. That's right. Today, we have a very special Planetary Call, but in case you don't already know, let me tell you first. My name is Kash. I lead the Uplink working group over here, and I do a few other things as well. I will be your co-host today. At this point, can we finally say that we're co-hosts? Are you willing to accept the co-host mantle? It feels weird to be a guest.
You were the one who refused to give me the co-host.
I've been dying since by the third call. I wanted to give you the co-host. The first call, too. I wasn't sure.
The first call, guys, just some J.U.P.
Some lore
here.
Yeah, some lore.
It's like, I was like, after the first call, I was like, Kemo, hey, Cash, what do you think? I think he can be co-host. Then he was like,
maybe. I was like, brother, I got a budget that I need to get past. Let me keep the shine for a little bit. But now allow me to officially say it's the Jupe Rally. We're making history here. Meow, please, will you be my co-host? will you be my co-host, Meow? Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yes, let's go.
Kemo, it's me. All right, anyway. You're officially co-host now.
Cash, I'm going to be co-host through thick and thin, through PvP and through PvP.
As PreBallin would say, ain't no PvP. This is PPP. All right. We are here, and if you haven't been here before, let me tell you.
Can I wash my mouth later or no?
You're going to want to keep it anyway. This is why we do this remotely, folks, because when we do it live, things get a little bit sloppy, a little bit messy, but they're also a good time. This call is dedicated to celebrating the people and the products that make Jupiter great. And this call specifically is a little bit of a special, because today we are focusing entirely on the Jup rally, the J.U.P rally. Remember, the Jupiverse has three pieces. It has got the platform, it has got Jup the token, and it's got J.U.P, which are the people that make this work. And that's what we're going to be talking about today to get everybody nice and hyped. So we're going to
so just real quick here, right? Is that it's obviously a crazy week for everyone. I think we have the bunch of things coming up at Breakpoint, and I was speaking today at Token and stuff, and lots of people in town. So it was fun hanging out. And just really busy preparing everything, right? And Kemo is there as well, you know. So I think obviously we also have a couple of really, we also did a content producer meetup and stuff, right? Earlier, and there's also a Jupiverse event. So if as anyone in Singapore and stuff, right, please come by a Jupiverse event.
Jupiverse is on Friday, starting at 10:30. What time does it start?
Just come in the afternoon.
Come in the afternoon. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Come to Breakpoint for a little bit, and then you can go over to Jupiverse. It's going to be what all is happening at Jupiverse?
So what's happening in Jupiverse? I think we are. So Jupiverse opens at 10:30, and then we are gonna be and we are gonna be go to Sean's talk, right? You know, and then after that we're gonna go to after we're gonna I'm gonna give a short just short talk as well at about 1:30.
Okay.
Right. You know, and then we're gonna hold a meme coin community leadership gathering.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna be there, right? So we're gonna have all the best meme coin people there, right? Apparently Retardio is coming. Everyone everyone.
Billy's going to be there, if I'm not mistaken.
Everyone's there.
Honky might come through. A few others as well.
Yeah. So we're gonna do like a big community meme coin leadership gathering, and the reason is simple, right? I really think that the community leaders, right, are the ones that really kind of drive so much of the vitality in the space, you know. But we kind of don't really give them no credit. I think sometimes.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's this kind of perception that they maybe are like second-class citizens in a way that like
you think so?
I think so. I think people look at it and you're like, oh, you're just launching meme coins.
Yeah.
And they kind of dismiss it, right? But without realizing to launch a successful meme coin requires a lot of fucking PPP energy. It's not an easy thing to do.
So hard to do. And maintaining PPP energy and stuff like across months or years is easily the hardest thing.
Yeah. Especially when the volatility will suck out the energy and try to make it PPP, right?
Seriously, right? It's like and it's funny because like when it's going down and stuff, then that's what I say, right? It's like, you know, when the going gets tough, right? You know, the weak goes PPP.
That's right.
Right? The strong goes PPP. Right? You know, so I feel like that's actually a very strong, very important statement, right? Actually in crypto, because there's so much like volatility in crypto, right? As you said earlier. And then when things go sideways, things going to go up. I think that the energy gets very drained, right? And when energy gets drained, I think the problem is that I think so the question becomes is that how do you maintain a strong core? You know what I'm saying, right? When things are, think quickly, right? You know, okay, I guess I'm in Singapore, right? So I was in the military for a while, right? And we had this saying, right, is that when times are good, right? For example, you are when everyone is like in the city having drinks, easy to be friends, right? Easy. Right? But then when you're in the jungle or in the desert and you have one bottle of water, right? And who are your friends? You can see that, right? So I think it's very true in crypto as well, right? It's like when if everything is green for weeks or months, then it's very easy to be friends. Oh, we're all friends, everything's great, we love each other, everything, right? But then when things go down, right? It's like, are you still friends, right? Can you come together? Can you learn, right? And that, my friends, is the purpose of Jup rally.
Look at that. He just made that up right now, folks. None of that was scripted. But indeed, we know that there's been a lot going on. Markets have been sideways. Some people are starting to go PPP. We want to reestablish what it is all about to be a member of the J.U.P.
Yes, and the goal here is simple, right? We want to make J.U.P. the most PPP community in crypto. And I really want to try. it's not easy. I'm not dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm getting so many questions these days, right? About like what it means, like basically like what it means in PPP, right? You know what I'm saying? No? And do you know why I haven't really talked about it before? Do you know why?
I don't.
Because I feel like it is impossible for me to talk about it without doing it. Right?
Leading by example in this.
I'm not even leading by just trying things out, right? It's like can we as a community, right? I feel like at some point, for me, the way I work is this, right? I share my ideas, right? But I'm also a prover, right? It's okay. It's one thing to share ideas, right? But it's also another thing to kind of prove it, right? So okay, can we as a community, right? You know, be PPP, right? And I'm saying through this era. I'm saying, right? Yeah. So this is what it's ready for. Really is to kind of like, you know, take everyone's questions and stuff, and then to kind of think about like how do we maintain a solid PPP energy, right? You know, regardless of how long it will take. You know? Yeah.
And speaking of which, so we do want this to be an interactive session for sure. We all good? We want this to be an interactive session. So we'll have some things that we're going to talk about. We're going to go through each stage of J.U.P and talk about goals, challenges, do a little conversation around it. But we want you to be part of it as well. So please drop your questions in the chat so that we can see them and respond to them live as well.
And let me try something new, right? It's like I'm going to do a personal bounty, right? You know, for someone who can actually write a thread about this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do like three personal bounties.
Three personal bounties. All right. Nice.
Like of like I don't know let me think, maybe 5 soul.
5 soul?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it in Jupe. No,
10?
I do it.
No,
People want the Jupe.
No, I do a Jupe. No. Jupe is Jupe. We no. You can choose to take it in soul or Jupe.
Okay.
You can choose
and we'll
it.
see. What? But I have a guess what people will pick.
Make it 10 soul. Make it 10 soul.
Make it 10 soul.
10 soul. 10 soul amount and stuff, and then we can make it. I'll do personal multi 10 soul, because this topic is very important for me, right? And I have a hard time putting it into words. Because it's just such a dense topic, right? You know
well, I think this is also what's kind of cool, right? Is that like, you know, an author might write a book, but a community writing together is actually writing a shared document. So the important thing is not just what are your thoughts on it, what is my thought on it, but to actually get everyone else in the community to put it into their own words. I think would be very cool. And maybe we can use some of that language and start to make that messaging across all of the Jupiverse. Let's find out. The first question has already come in though, Meow. Do you see this here? Meow. Meow. Can you get Iggy and her business suit dancers to participate in the Planetary call? Let breakpoints miss be Jupe's PPP benefit.
I mean,
shout out NY Soul. It's not bad.
I mean, it's really. I mean, like I did think about it.
You were hanging with Iggy a little bit earlier tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. I met her brother as well.
Brother Matt. Shout out, brother Matt.
Brother Matt.
He's great.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's fun. So we talked about it a bit. Yeah, I think there's some logistical constraints like space and everything and stuff, but we'd love to make something happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my soul, there you go. It might happen soon enough. Let's find out.
But logistics.
All right. So already the questions are coming through. Saucy, we see your questions, futurization, and so on. What I will ask is, Srijani, if you are watching this, if you can just put these into the private chat so that we can come back to them as well. That would be fantastic. But let's get going.
Let's take all questions. You want to
take them right now? You don't want to take them?
Let's take them around. It's fine.
All right, cool.
Let's
start with this one. Saucy says, Meow, what's the plan with the unclaimed Jupuary supply? Which, if I'm not mistaken, was about 220 million Jupe.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I was going to talk about it later on, right? But
that's what I was saying.
But it's essentially, I just talk through things. I think it's actually better to like keep it engaging.
You want to go full free flow?
Yeah, go free. No, I mean, there's still stuff later on. But let's go free flow for a while.
Done. Right, let's run it.
All right,
let's run it.
No, basically, as I mentioned in the previous call and stuff, I think one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a vote.
Okay.
Right? Are we going to burn it? Are we going to use to extend ASR? Sorry. I think I mentioned in previous call that we're going to use it to extend the ASR, right? For like 4 or 5 more seasons.
Yeah.
Right?
3. Yeah. 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah.
4 or 5 seasons. But one option, but people are saying, hey, you can also burn them. Yeah. Right? And then there are some other options, but I don't think those are particularly feasible.
But what are the options, just for the sake of discussion?
Like for example, giving it all to the early ASR voters. I mean, I answer why that'll be too much.
That's a little PvP.
I feel like that will be. I feel like that is I get the sentiment, but it's not something that I think is a good one to put in. You know, so I feel like so it's between burning it and extending ASR. You know, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, with that question comes, when is the next ASR?
In a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks?
Yeah. I mean,
It's after the end of the quarter, right?
Yeah,
it's every
precisely.
quarter.
So every quarter and stuff we do it. So it's like next quarter. And stuff.
Early to mid October, it
Yep,
seems
yep,
like is
yep,
when
yep,
that
yep,
would be
yep,
actually.
yep.
Okay.
But there'll be one more vote coming up, right? Next week. You know, yeah, which is the whether what to do with the
ASR vote.
what to do with the it's the two things. What to do with the unclaimed Jup, whether to burn or to expand ASR.
Gotcha.
That's a vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that vote's going to be coming up next week.
But just to be clear, the burn option is there. The burn option is there because of the community feedback, right? They're like, okay, cool. We don't want to have a yes and no thing, right? We actually want to have like real options, right? All right, let's do a real option. Burn or I stand, right? Things like that,
Yep.
you know? Yeah.
Wilson's asking, auto staked again. If there are ASR rewards, they would indeed be auto staked.
Yes,
correct?
auto
They'll be
stake.
sent to your stake.
Again, the reason why it's auto stake is very important, right?
Yeah.
It's because the goal of the ASR, right, is not to give away Jup, right? It's not, right? Let me say it. The goal of ASR is not to give away Jup. It's to build crypto's most engaged and most like focused community, right? So it's meant for you to keep on. It's meant to allow people who vote. The more they vote and stuff, the more they participate, to keep on voting.
The more voting power they receive.
Precisely.
Next,
so
right?
that's how I think about it. Yeah. So it's actually and also furthermore, the Jup community is also very, very early, very young. Guys, it sounds crazy, but guess what? We are like what 9 months old or something.
I mean, it feels like it's been 6 years, but yeah,
8 months. 8 months old. 8 months old, by the way. 8 months old. Like
yeah.
8.5 months old.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. 8.5 months old. Oh, holy fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Kemo, remember yeah. Remember the first like the work group stuff we talked about it before the thing? It was crazy, right? That's insane. Yeah. We should talk about you can't talk about groups later. But the whole point here is that we are very, very young. So I think it's actually very important for us right now, right? To grow the very early core, right? You know, who really understand who really like get the work groups down, get the voters down, and and obviously at Jupiter we're still growing like crazy, right? The platform, we're building on new things. There's going to be GAM coming up, lots of things coming up. Yeah.
Stay tuned for the Siong's talk at Breakpoint for
that'd be fun. Yeah.
All right. Do previous people who got Jup airdrop last time get future airdrops with the same wallet addy as Juma? My sense is that. But I mean, it depends if Jupuary happens. That itself is going to be a vote.
I'm telling you, like in fact, I feel like the whole one of the most interesting things about the Jup rally now is one of the most interesting thing about the Jup rally is that I think I said it before, I say it again, right? Is that I believe that the choice to allow voters to decide whether there's a next Jupiler or not, right? It's probably one of the most significant things that we can do.
I would certainly agree.
Because it really is an experiment, right? In putting the most consequential tokenomics emissions, because you know everybody is afraid of emissions, right? There's this big fat discussion about how there are a lot of emissions, high FDB, and there are a lot of emission stuff, and then everything. And then now we're saying that, hey, you know what? Yes, we plant emissions, but number one, they're not going to investors, right? They're saying they're going to the users,
yeah,
right?
That's
I'm
right.
saying that, and the users and the community in essence, right? And you as voters, right? You get to decide, does it happen or not? I think it's a really interesting thing to do.
Well, that actually brings up DeFrank's question here. What happens with the Jup tokens if Jupuary is denied? Is there going to be a burn option on that proposal as well?
I don't think so. I think we'll keep it there. We'll keep it. I don't know. I feel like for me, I'm just going to do this. One is going to be a yes no thing.
This will be yes no.
It's a yes no thing. Yes.
And so then if the tokens are not
I
then we'll have to figure out what happens.
Yet. I mean, as per what we do and stuff, is I think me and the CWG will just put the community. We'll get some feedback on it. But my personal feeling right now is that it is a controversial enough thing to be a yes no thing. I mean, there is no question that this is something that all voters will actually have a strong opinion on. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see some proposals. So if you have some ideas on if there's not a Jupuary, if the vote does get denied, what actually happens with those tokens? Jump over to the Jup Research forum.
We can.
Maybe it's hard to circulate some ideas. Might be interesting. Will cadets have an airdrop next Jupuary as pure play? That's entirely up to the J.U.P community to decide and the voters. Let's see. Are you guys in Singapore showing our project to the world?
By the way, there's no as per everything we do, there's no discussion criteria. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, absolutely 0. Yeah.
Somebody asked for a Meow and Kash live push-up contest.
Can do it.
No, I don't want to do it. Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
I love it. It's my champion. Kemosabe. Kemosabe. All right.
Let's go.
Let's go. On to it. Folks, it is midnight over here in Singapore. Can we, how many push-ups can you do? That's the question.
I don't know, just try it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I could do like, all right, be my champion, please. Keep Move his ass. All right. Can we get the camera down? There we go. All right. I want to see good form here, boys. And 1. You guys going?
You go. Are we go?
Yeah, go at the same time. Eye to eye. Yes. Romantic push-ups. Yes. Damn, look at the form here. Okay, I've already lost count. You want me to get... I will judge. This is the Jupe rally, folks. This is what happens out here. What number are we at right now? Is someone counting?
No.
First one, stop. Go. 25. There you go. 6. Get in. 7. Get it. Yeah. 9. Come on. Let's do you. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Let's go. Who needs strippers and business casual, folks, when you have the push-up contest on the Jupe rally? Yeah. All right. Give it up. You did well there, Kemo. You did very well. Give me credit. Yes,
It's the jet lag.
It's the jet lag. All right, that one was just for you. I don't even know who the fuck asked for that, but thank you. 40. That was 40 quick.
Around there.
That was pretty good, though. Kash ran away from the challenge. A wise man knows when he's beaten. And he does not need, I got nothing to prove. I'm a happily married man. I'm not trying to impress anybody out here. I don't need any of that. Now kiss, says the cult. Maybe not. All right. So, goddamn Meow. W's in the chat for Meow out here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen. You still can't do my 1,000 push-ups, though, huh? You can do 40 push-ups live on stream. You can't do 1,000 push-ups for your own podcast.
I'm to do it live. I'm to do it live.
Every week now, we'll do 100 push-ups for Meow. That's what you all have coming. Anyway, Meow is Meow. All right, this is the joy of the Jupe rally, folks. We did not see this coming. Should we take some more questions? It's a fitting question right now. Meow, how's it feel to be the coolest cat who's moving at breakneck speeds as far as growth, but you don't let it change who you are as a person? How's it feel to be Meow? Let's go with that.
Sorry?
How does it feel to be Meow? Give him that.
I feel like thanks for all. I don't feel cool. Okay, guys. On a very serious note, right? Okay, you want bro talk?
That's the only kind of talk I like, bro.
You want bro talk?
Please.
Guys, I felt like shit yesterday.
2 days ago.
Yesterday too.
Yesterday, I thought you said you were feeling good.
Nah, yesterday I felt like shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I just told you I was feeling great.
Didn't tell me the truth.
Oh yeah, I did tell you the truth.
Brother.
Yeah,
you can tell me you're not feeling well.
You look busy. You know.
I'm never too busy to be a good friend.
I know. I mean, like just like it's funny, right? Because it's like I think man, things get to you, you know, right? It's like when everything is coming, and then it's like you always have such like high expectations, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, so when there's a problem or when the token not that great, so it's not that great, it's not great and stuff, and then you feel it, you know. And then also we're such professionals, right? So when the product is a bug or some issues happened, right? You know, and tiny things, right, make you feel like shit. They really do, you know.
I think that is both feature and bug, though. There's a nice line that like what leadership really is all about is holding a high quality bar. And if you can just hold a high quality bar and hold those around you to the quality bar, and I know that's true for certainly the people upstairs. I see Maze over here.
I mean, it's 12 p.m. It's 12:55 p.m.
And we're dropping into push-ups. Yeah,
everyone's working.
That's right. There's the office is busy upstairs.
It's busy upstairs, right? And then everyone's just working, right? Trying to crank the slides, trying to crank the code, trying to get things ready for different things. It's crazy, you know, right? Yeah, it's not just us, right? I mean, sure, like lots of people working really hard, right? So I feel like, but I also feel
Do
like
you think you would
need
be
to-
as effective if you were more zen? Like if you didn't take it so seriously?
Nah.
It's like a necessary requirement almost, huh? It's necessary but not sufficient to success, huh?
I don't think I'm successful. Actually.
You don't think you're successful? Bro, this is not a group therapy session, but please in the chat, let them know.
I know. I don't feel. The things I don't feel that. Right. I mean, okay. You know, real talk.
Please,
Let's
real
do real talk. Right.
Real talk only.
Do you know why? Do you know why we said that? Do you know why me and Sean said June 2026? Right. You know,
this is the tokens that they're not taking, folks, until June 2026.
Yeah, we're locking
for an extra 2 years.
So we're locking for.
It's still the craziest fucking shit in my mind. But yeah, go ahead.
Locking for stop. And do you also know why we did a transparency audit? Right. You know. Right. Because here's the thing. It's like Hey, by the way, I wrote out. Fuck it. When we did the when I tell people, we didn't sell tokens.
Yeah.
None. People don't believe us. I mean, because they're like, how do you do at some point $15 billion protocol, right? And now 7 billion, we're not selling any tokens yourself, right? Then I'm like, I didn't. Okay, then I was like, okay, let's do a transparency audit.
Yeah. Let me prove it to you.
Let me show you every token out there, right? It's still in the fucking Genesis wallet or wherever it went, right? And I'm like, cool. And also that's one thing, right? Another thing is like, why did we choose like June 2026, right? I was just telling Iggy this actually, you know, it's really funny. I was like, do I do that because I don't like money, I don't like cars, I don't like yachts and shit. And I'm like, no, I like all those shit. I totally like all these things, right? But I feel like I feel like I want to stay hungry, right? I feel like I want to remind myself that like, okay, until I have like spent okay, so obviously we manifested something right now, right? But I don't feel like it's tangible enough yet. I don't feel like it's concrete enough yet. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? I don't feel like the strategies, the ideas that we have around like whether it's of the product, the token or community and stuff is proven enough yet, right? And I feel like 2026 is a good time. It's a good time for them. It's like, okay, cool. All right, it would have been like 2.5 years and stuff, right? That means that we will have a lot of the ideas and thinking that we have will have been proven in honor, right? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that.
I think that there is a non-trivial chance that you get to 2026 and you're like, you know what, fuck it, there's still more work to be done, and you push it out even further. I think
maybe
knowing you, I think it's possible.
Maybe
I don't think you ever feel like the job is finished.
No, maybe. But I'm just saying, as of now, I feel like I feel like okay, I feel like I would give myself up to like I'll give myself like two more years, right? To go like cool to feel like there is like I feel like to feel like we deserve something. We did enough to hit a certain milestone. You know what I'm saying? Along those lines, you know? Yeah, that's how I think about it, you know? Yeah. So yeah, that's a
the real
very
talk. Yeah. So
that's
how
a
does it feel to be the
very
coolest
long
cat?
that's a very long answer to our question.
How does it feel to be the coolest cat? Yeah, I wouldn't know. I guess is the
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Feel like the coolest cat.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
All right. Should we let's see. I mean, now the chat has gotten so far ahead of us here. Above Elon Musk W's in the chat. It's true, bromance. You guys are legends. You don't need to prove anything. It's a nice support.
No, I mean, we don't prove anything, but it's more like, okay, it's not about proving anything. No, thanks, WTP, thanks for that. So it's not about proving anything. It's more like I think you know what's funny? I'm telling you, I really feel like as a guy. And maybe this is maybe people think this is a bit like a sexist, right? Maybe, you know, but
I don't love where this is going, but yeah, keep going.
No, but I can't speak for the female experience, right? But from a guy male perspective, I think that this is very clear drive, right? To like prove yourself and prove to the best, right? And prove that you mean what you say, right? So I think that's where it comes from. You know, it's more like a desire to really kind of like execute, like say something, execute on it, and see where it goes. And stand behind that. Right? Yeah.
All right. Funniest moment in Singapore so far. Let's hear it. Lucas is asking, what is I don't know if he's saying this was the funniest moment or what is the funniest moment in Singapore so far. I would say it's this. Whatever. If that was a question, it's right now. That is the fact. Honestly, there's been so many fucking comments that we can't even keep up with them all. All right, let's take one or two more questions and then let's start talking about some of the other things as well. May I ask, can you please explain what is the difference between ASR and Jupuary? You want to take this? You want me to?
Yeah, you can go for it.
Relatively simple. ASR are active staking rewards. This is a new thing that I think was actually pioneered by Jupiter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And the idea here is that those who actually participate in governance are those are the ones who should get the staking rewards. In many other protocols, you just have tokens, you stake them, and you kind of just get free money on the other side. Nothing really required. And the idea here was really much in the J for J mentality. Let's actually reward the people that are contributing back by sharing their opinions and shaping the conversation and shaping the future of Jupiter. That's ASR. It happens every quarter, again, depending on what the proposal says going forward. And it is influenced you'll not only receive Jup, but also previously the LFG token. So Uprock, Sharky, et cetera, et cetera. Jupuary happens just one time a year. The first one was this past January. And in January, there's a large-scale airdrop to all the users of Jupiter, whether you've been voting or not. Usually, I think it's about 10% of the token supply, which is pretty massive. At current prices, it'd be something like $600 million that gets distributed, if not a little bit more. So ASR happens every quarter, if funded. Jupuary happens once a year, again, if funded. And that's going to be another vote. Hopefully.
So actually, one big difference is, right, it's like ASR is actually a reward. It's frame. Okay, so at Jupiter, right, we care about the words, right? So ASR is actually reward. Yeah, no, Scarlett got it.
Shout out Scarlett.
Scarlett gets it. Scarlett gets it. Scarlett gets it. So ASR is a reward, right? Literally, you know upfront what you do and what you get, right? That's right. It's like it kind of like it's a reward, right? Jupiter is a gift, right? It's a gift. The first Jupiter is a gift. So we worked pretty hard, right? I'm saying for the first 2 years, we generated something of value, right? And it was a gift to the community, right? And then we were very transparent about everything, about how we're going to generate the gift, everything, right? Now, and so similarly, right? Hey, bro, you know what? The second ASR, if it happens, what is it? It's a gift as well, right? From who to who? From the community, from a DAO. Right?
Oh, to itself.
Yeah. No, to the Jupiter users and the community members.
Oh, the Jupuary is it?
Yeah, Jupiter. Yeah. So the second Jupilery, if it happens, right? Because it's voted by the community, right? It's going to be a gift from the community to everyone who ever uses Jupiter. That's a pretty cool thing to think about, right? Think about it. The community doing a gift. Right? It's a pretty cool thing.
I like it. That's why I'm excited to see where this proposal goes.
Yeah, I mean, so it's very interesting. So we can think of it in two ways, right? The community can think of it as, okay, it's about dilution, let's not do it, right? Let's burn it or something, right? And you know what? If the proposal doesn't pass, right? I mean, we might just burn it. Right, and there might be, I don't know, but it's a big amount, right?
I think we got to figure out something.
But then if they do it, right, it's a gift, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Think about it, right? It's gonna be beautiful because a group of token holders would proactively go, let's do this thing.
Let's give out.
Let's give
$600 million, whatever it is. Yeah,
it's interesting.
I mean, it'll be the first of its kind. I can assure you that. That's a real PPP kind of maneuver here. My guy Fabiano.Soul, shout out Fab, is saying, Kobe King, interesting question. I can't see the question, so Kobe King, if you can just re-put in that question, that would be fantastic. Let's do a gift, says my guy Jussie here. What will the eligibility for Jupuary airdrop be for next year? Now, this is one of those things that I think, again, Jupiter has taken a different path. Some folks will put out a points program and say very specifically, this is what you do to get this kind of number of points, and you go for there. And then you end up with a lot of people kind of gaming it, right? It kind of juices your metrics. And yeah, it looks great on your stats dashboard, but it's illusory. It's not real. And I think what's cool about Jupuary is that it's not really said specifically in advance. It's like, hey, go use
No. Just to be clear, we go further than that. Hey, guys, okay, let me go further than that. Firstly, we at Jupiter, right, the team, works incredibly hard. I mean, incredibly hard to build the best product. Right, for the best users, for the best use cases, right? Done. That's it.
Yep.
Right. What does it mean? It means that if you don't, it means that if Jupiter is not the best thing for you, don't use it.
Easy enough.
It's not recommended, right? It's like if but it's for you, then you use it, right? We're not looking for airdrop farmers. Yeah, that's not what we want. That's not what we're looking for, right? We don't look for airdrop farmers. We don't, Yeah. So I think that's actually very important to understand. Yeah, we don't. So if you're an airdrop farmer, don't come here.
That's right. This is not the airdrop for you. Long live the PPP.
And by the way, we are not. I'm not taking any more criteria talk again ever, right? Ever again. Done. Because Done.
No criteria after snapshot. Let's see.
Yeah,
Somebody
percentage
said,
like,
is DAO voting before breakpoint still a thing?
oh no, not a thing. Just not after breakpoint.
What was the vote supposed to be?
The ASR vote.
Oh, the ASR
Yeah,
vote.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This had to get delayed a little bit. So that'll happen right after breakpoint in the very, very short term. So people get ready for that. If I'm not mistaken, I think the CWG is working on that proposal right now. Kemo is giving me a very sultry smile right now as he says yes. That's his tired eyes. All right. All right. Okay. I think that should be good for now. So most likely 1 or 2 votes left this quarter.
One, just one.
I think probably just one.
No,
Yeah,
one, just one.
just
Scarlett,
one.
just one.
There's only one. Just the ASR vote will kind of come in.
Criteria talk is now more taboo than feet pics. Says Lucas. But that censor that Meow, that's valuable. That's too valuable. What are you doing here, brother? That is PPP in action. You show your feet for free, no censorship, just to let the community eat. That's the idea. All right. Meow, what happened to the fees generated from voting? What is it used for? What are the fees generated from voting? There are no fees generated from voting, if I'm not mistaken. There are no fees generated from voting. There you go, big boss. Well, I just go on. Let's go on next. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next slide here. Yep. All right. Let's do a nice little. Let's get the energy back up. You know, maybe it's over here. It's past midnight. It's now 12:07. We need the energy back up for the Jupe rally. The Uplink working group worked with my guy Dr. PreBallin to put out a brand new track called Jupe Rally. Brand new tech. Let's go. World premiere. Let's do it over here. You want to dance with me? Yeah, come dance to it. He said the push-ups took it out of him. All right, folks, we're gonna bring this here, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit about the goals of the Jupiverse. Let's fucking make it big. Yeah, let's make it big, and here we go.
For some juke, that's exchanging truth for truth. Yeah, soup, early soup, that's the way that we be moving. Yeah, that's infusion. Pack the whole room up. Yeah, pack to the inclusion. We got active recruiting. Yeah, that's.
Hold on. We're gonna run this back. Some technical.
For some juke, that's exchanging truth for truth. Yeah, soup, early soup, that's the way that we be moving. Yeah, that's infusion. Pack the whole room up. Yeah, pack to the inclusion. Active recruiting. Yeah, that's the whole moment. We pack the incongruence. Yeah, bags feeling fat. I be mad if I lose it. Yeah, I won't ever let them take this. You got bugged like I LASIK. Yeah, I see straight. Yeah, hop on spaces, we get crazy. Yeah, screen J for J straight from the time out to the stages. Yeah, big old playlist, just 6 months and now it's ageless. Yeah, appreciation is the motto. It's the way. Yeah, conversations and alignment in Jason's. Yeah, compilations of the doves and the amazements. Yeah. Juke the nation, we united, we the greatest, yeah. Juke. For some juke, that's exchanging truth for truth. Yeah, soup, early soup, that's the way that we be moving. Yeah, juke. For some juke, that's exchanging truth for truth. Yeah, soup, early soup, that's the way that we be moving. Yeah.
Not bad, Dr.
So
PreBallin.
good.
Doing the Lord's work. There he is in the chat as well. Shout out to the good doctor.
So good.
Drop a little Jupe in the chat for me if you enjoyed that. Like,
So
we did.
good. Holy
Let's figure
fuck.
this shit out here.
Jupe.
That's all you really need is one. Yeah.
Can I tweet this? Can I respond to this? Can I tweet this?
Can you tweet it?
Can I tweet
It
this?
should be the uplink working with the tweets. It, my guy.
Oh, fine. But
Actually, how can I say no? How can I say
can I
no?
tweet this?
Please tweet it. Somebody please send this man a video. Let him tweet it out.
You can long press it, and then it looks like you did it.
Okay, that's good. That's
So good.
You tweet it out.
All right.
But go follow the Uplink Twitter page anyway, folks. That's
No,
that's gonna
I mean, I'll tweet it and I'll link it below. Yeah,
okay, that works. All right. Anyway, so the doctor does it again, and people are saying this cat is built differently. That is a fact.
So good.
Too good. Too good.
So good. So good.
All right, so
good.
with that said, though, let's talk.
Everything is so on point, man. The lyrics, the words, everything.
The visuals.
Is so on point.
He does. By the way, Dr. PreBallin does not only the lyrics, not only records the rap itself, obviously, and also makes the video as well. Man of many talents. That guy.
His own record label.
He really is. And Dr. PreBallin, if you're watching this, I'm waiting for the full proposal on the J.U.P record label. Please, let's get that in.
Here, I'm just sitting.
I don't think people can hear you. That's the problem. We only have 2 mics. That's that is the only issue. Oh, very wise, Kemo. Very wise indeed. All right, we'll bring you back in for the working group stuff, and I'll. There he goes, as quickly as he came in. All right, so let's bring it back. Let's talk a little bit around the Jupiverse here, right? And so what we want to do with the J.U.P rally is kind of like recenter, refocus, get people back on the same page in terms of what we're even trying to accomplish here. Quick, bring people up to speed in case you're new around here. Thank you, Prado. The Jupiverse composed of 3 pieces, right? 3 legs to the stool. We have Jupiter, the platform. We have J.U.P, the token, and you got J.U.P, the community. This is the people behind it. And J.U.P itself can further be subdivided into these 5 groups, which are workgroups, the cadets, as many of the people watching this call right now, users who may or may not be watching this call at all, the DAO as a general entity, and then the team as well, right? And so, Meow, maybe to start off, can you talk a little bit about how you think around the goals of the J.U.P specifically? What is the point of the J.U.P in general? What are we trying to do here?
Oh, I mean, the goals of the Jupiverse, right, is that we really want to create ecosystem, right, to really bring the world towards like decentralized meta. Right, it was like we want a world. We at Jupiter, we really want a world where everyone's actually using different technology, right? To create a world whereby like there's a think about 2 parallel worlds, right? You have this like traditional financial system that we know and very familiar with, right? You grew up with the system, I grew up with the system, we all grew up with the system, right? And you know what? I don't believe in replacing the system. I don't believe it, right? But I believe in having a parallel system, right? And it's actually my very sincere like desire, right? That like Jupiter and the Jupiverse, right? Both in terms of the platform, but in the platform, and in terms of the platform, in terms of the community, and in terms of the token, right? Can work together, right? You know, to kind of push the world, right, towards like this decentralized and parallel matter. You know, so that's like that. I think that's the overarching view of the Jupiverse.
I think that, you know, decentralization is starting to become just like a bit of a meme, right? It's starting to be like lose its meaning. Can you talk about like why we even want a decentralized world in the first place? Like, what is the problem being solved here? Because, you know, we've been in the industry for a while. We take it for granted. But you might meet some new people who say, hey, the traditional financial system, it works pretty well for me. My whole life runs on it right now. Why do we even need a parallel system?
Freedom, innovation, right? I feel like the thing that's actually really kind of missing right now is like, for example, think about it, right? It's like, man, I can go on so long. No, Kash, can you imagine a world whereby you don't have freedom of speech?
I don't want to.
Can you imagine a world you don't have freedom of ideas?
Don't like that.
Can you believe? Can you imagine a world where people can control what you eat? Right? You don't want that, right? You don't really want that, right? So it's actually very similar, right? It's like I strongly believe in decentralization, right? Because I think it's about decentralization of so many things, right? Decentralized money, right? It's like we should live in a world by everyone should have the ability to create their own forms of money, right? And then be able to be able to kind of gather everyone around that and kind of create value, you know, whoever they want, however they want and stuff, and be able to use that in any way they want. Right, you know, whether it's to buy something, to send someone friends, to do anything they want, to like payments and remittances, right, everything. Yeah, so I strongly believe that that is the world that will happen at some point. And also and furthermore and stuff, and furthermore, there are things that we see now, right? Is that we also see that like for example, all the traditional rails of payment rails and like banking rails are controlled by very few people. And take Forex for example, right? I mean, it is crazy, but it's crazy. But then if you create a random meme coin, and Pradukia creates a random meme coin, right? You can probably exchange that 2 meme coins for very little seepage, right? No matter how far along the world you are, right? And that is even if the meme coin is like 1 minute old. Seriously, it's pretty incredible thing about it, right? But then but South Africa, but recently, like I went to South Africa, right? It's like, you know, South Africa dollar, whatever the currency is, has been around for ages, right? And the Singapore dollar has been around for ages, right? But then you try to exchange, right, the Singapore dollar for like the South Africa dollar. it's like 20% slippage.
Yeah. It's 26% to the Chinese renminbi, actually, from South
really?
Africa specifically. Yeah.
Really?
The global average for remittances is about 6.2% is the fees. But along the more exotic corridors, like South Africa to China specifically, it's like 26%, which is, mind-blowing when you think about it.
It's mind-blowing, right? It's like, what's happening here, right? But you know what's crazy, bro? What's crazy is that, come on, what's crazy to me, right? Is that you literally just need 2 pools, right? You literally just need a South Africa USD pool.
That's
and
right.
a USD Singapore pool, and that's it. And you just need like like couple hundred K on both ends, and you can do very low slippage cost, right?
Yeah.
So that's like, to me it's like, okay, wow. And then you know what's crazy? Anyone in the world can become a market maker, right? Can become a liquidity provider in that case, right? All you need is that, right? So I feel like that's actually a really great example of like how we bridge those 2 things. Right? But apart from that, right, there's so many other reasons, right? Around like freedom money creation, like freedom payment rails, right, and ability to like completely like remove all the intermediaries of payment. I'll give another simple example, right? It's like recently I went to do a treatment, right, in Ecuador, right? And then like everyone is so fucking crazy difficult to get money through that. It's so crazy, right? Like you just can't. You have to go through. I had to go through a bank, and the bank didn't fail. I had to literally travel to South America and get some cash, and then they had to go and do a really complicated system. It's like crazy. It's so crazy. So I think all these things can actually be a lot easier, right? If we had 2 things, right? Number one, if we actually had a unified layer to send value across, right, and to exchange value across, right? You know what I'm saying? And to kind of like transfer the value outside of the chain as well. So those are 3 things that I think are really important. I'll give an number. Now, think we talked about this, right? Think of stock markets, right? Stock markets are actually another thing that I think really could be decentralized, right? So for example, it's like if you think about, for example, like Nasdaq, right? It's like who is able to go on Nasdaq?
Yeah. Only the people that Nasdaq says are able to go on Nasdaq.
That's
right?
very, 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 very few, right? And also they obviously need to be in certain areas, right?
Yep.
But hey, hey, you know what? If you're a great entrepreneur in Kenya, right, or if you're a great Africa, you're a great entrepreneur in
Vietnam or whatever,
whatever, right? Saying like, why can't you get access to global financing markets? Why couldn't you? Right? There's definitely enough capital there. Definitely enough, right? Why shouldn't you be able to tell a story? Right? Why should you be controlled in that regard, right? So I think it's actually my belief that when we completely kind of break apart like the rails, the money creation rails, the money transfer rails and stuff, and the value creation rails in the stock markets and everything, right? We will see a drastic, right? Uptick, right, in global commerce and global collaboration. Yeah, and that's what I want, because I believe that everyone should be able to thrive everywhere, regardless of where you are. Yep. And you know what? That brings me back to the J.U.P rally, right? Because this is actually something that no one token or one community can do, right? You need you need to build out the entire platform. You need to build the entire community, and you build the entire and you build out the entire and you rally behind this given token. Right? I'm saying so that's actually why I think the Jupiverse is very important. Yeah.
Makes total sense. I think that there's so much around like actual access and creation of value that becomes essential. Yeah. Do you see this photo?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony Does Crypto out in Namibia, and probably like half the people here have never heard of it. Yet I feel like I'm part of the Jupe family, all thanks to crypto, decentralization.
Yeah, no, seriously, right? I feel like, but Tony, what is actually important here is this, right? It's like you are now in the Jupe family, right? Makes sense? You now have access to all everyone. So seriously, you have access to everyone, right? Because I think that's what we call J.U.P, right? Because I feel like what's actually really important here is that I really hope that we can be a community that's always really super welcoming to everyone new, and they can come in here, they can ask any questions they want, they can figure anything out they want, and they can spread the word and tell people more, right? About how to use Jupiter, how to use decentralization, right?
I think there's like a real way in which maybe the explicit goal of the J.U.P is to help drive forward the decentralized meta.
Yeah.
And the way to do the kind of method is by being the most PPP community out there.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? That is the necessary ingredient to reach the end goal.
Thank you. High five. Thank you. Yeah. But that's why we do these kind of rallies, because I do think that it's actually important to give us space to talk about it, right, without a certain format agenda, right? Because normally when we have a certain format agenda, it's great. You should have an agenda most of the time.
Yeah.
Right. But once in a while, I think it's good to just not have agenda and just talk the shit. But you're right. I do feel like given where Jupiter is at, we and where our community is at, right? We can actually create like new ways of like competing with meta. Right? Oh no, think about it, guys. Even think about it. Even things like decentralized work groups, right?
Yep.
Right. If we prove that the decentralized work group model works, right? What if like 10 projects do the same thing, 100 projects do the same thing, 1,000 projects do the same thing, right? What if every successful movement does it?
I tell you, more talent gets connected to more opportunity.
Precisely.
More communities are born with real strength.
Yep.
And more messaging of crypto goes more mainstream.
Yeah,
which is like these are all good things for everybody. Right?
And yeah, precisely, right? So that's what we want, right? Things like so that's also why we do what we do, right?
Yeah. So
like that's what we do. Right? So it's not just like about it's kind of how do we also create like new ways of collaboration. Right, like the J4J, PPP, right? Like the decentralized work groups, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's not just about us. If we actually prove the model works, but it's true, by the way. I think a lot of people are looking into it, by the way.
Yeah. For sure. I've gotten calls. I know.
Yeah, a lot of people look into it. Nowadays, I see a proposal. I see DAO proposals. There are a lot of them that are structured after this thing, right? But there are a lot of things to learn, right? We're still learning, right? So I think we learn this thing to prove that it works. It's gonna be great, right? And the token too, right? For J.U.P token, we have the CAT pack, right? C.A.T. pack. Yeah, that's certainty, approval, transparency pack, right? Where it becomes very clear. Okay, we're gonna do the transparency. We commit to doing a transparency audit, right? Kind of every few months, right? We commit to kind of like letting community know if there's any token sales. Right? And we commit to communicate like a few months in advance, right? For annual release, right? Things like that.
Yeah.
Right? It's simple things, right? But we back it out, right? And again, think about it. What happens? The crypto space, right? Think about it, right? Think about it, guys. What happens if every project in the crypto space, right, does a C.A.T. pack? They do a transparency audit, right? They communicate very clearly what's so and not so, right? They communicate in advance like who goes like what gets released, right? 3 months in advance, right? So I think the trust in the space will grow much higher. So yeah, so that's it. So that's why we do what we do, right? Because we think that the like moving the decentralized meta forward is not just about products or finance, right? It's really about like the use case, the ethos, and the decentralized work group side, the everything.
It's the approach with which you make all this stuff happen that I think makes it happen here as well.
Yep.
So we talked a little bit about users.
Because actually, let me just talk about it. The other thing is that, guys, if you can see, for example, the work groups, for example, right? Now, guys, I mean, like, I just talking to the reporter today, actually. He was very interested in work groups.
Oh,
very.
Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
Oh, nice.
He was very interested in work groups. I think he was like, let's talk about it more. He was like, this is very new, right? It's like we've seen grants, we've seen teams of a corporate system, right? We've also seen like community members, but we haven't seen this approach, right, to forming a long relationship working model with the DAO and team, right? I feel like that is what you do. We can't just I feel like the space is stuck right now because we keep talking about decentralization without putting the necessary. We keep talking about things without putting a structure.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like structure that's there needs to be around product, but also needs to be around like working models.
Yeah.
And also needs to be around like ethos, right? The transparency ethos. Guys, you know what's funny here? We very often say that we're more transparent, blah blah blah, right? But the average retail, who do they think is more transparent? Right? Is it crypto or is it a bank?
I mean, the bank.
It's the bank. Guys, it's crazy. The craziest thing is this. We in crypto think that we are the transparent, awesome ones, right? But ask any retail, they'll be like, who's more transparent, the bank or crypto or some crypto? They'll be like, are you fucking kidding me? It's DBS. It's the bank. I'm not kidding, seriously. That's how they think.
I mean, the irony is not lost, right? The specific thing that the technology enables in crypto is also the specific thing that most teams just like run away from at all costs, right? Where it's constant insider deals, it's constant like weird over the OTC deals that are being made, and all sorts of decisions, unlike with no public disclosures whatsoever. And I think that there's a space to be a leader and hopefully to bring it together. I think we should do like a CAT alliance, or I think the Jupiter should do like a C.A.T alliance.
I don't know. I don't have time
And
to
then
do
we got to
it.
think about what the incentives are for it as well, because incentives ruin everything or run everything around us.
Oh, it's very simple. If enough people do it, it's like you look at stupid shit for not doing it.
But the question is, how do you get the first few? How do you get the first, whatever, 5 large scale projects to do it? Maybe those are just ideologically driven.
Yeah,
But I think
for
that, like,
sure,
you know,
yeah.
there's some kind of incentive structure that needs to be created around this. There's one thing that we know in crypto that works. It's incentive design.
Oh, also reputation.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like I mean, nothing.
But that's the thing, is that right now they're not paying any reputational cost. It's
I
because
know,
everybody
I know,
is doing the wrong
I
thing,
know,
right?
I know that everybody. I'm quite
true,
sure.
that's true.
I'm quite sure some. I'm quite sure. Here's the thing. Here's what I think. I'm quite sure that a lot of them are doing it and stuff. It's just a matter of like just putting it out there, right? I do believe it. Yeah, I do believe it for sure, 100%. Yeah, but I think over here is where I think we actually want to live on the front here. You know? Yeah. Yep.
I'm just looking through this, like the last one, do your best. Zero tolerance. All right, so we talked a little bit about users. Let's start to go through this a little bit faster here as well. So we talked a little bit about users. We talked a little bit about working groups as well.
So for users, just real quick, for users, I'll say one thing, right? So for users, actually, users are extremely important for us, right? Because users are actually what makes our product great, right? And actually, because without users, we suck. You know, seriously. So I think the main thing for the main goal for me and my users is to always, like, you know, so if you guys like think that something is wrong, tell us. You know, because we need that feedback.
Yeah,
it's not always nice to hear. It's sometimes very painful, but we hear it and we try our best. Yeah,
I think, like, very tactically, if you are watching this and you just use Jupiter on a day-to-day basis, the 2 easiest avenues to contribution are, number 1, go tell somebody else about Jupiter and explain kind of how it works and why it is valuable. And number 2 is give the feedback on not only where things could be better, but also what you already like and what you want to see more of, right? Like, positive feedback can also be helpful to know, to double down. For example, if you like these calls, it is very helpful to know that you like these calls.
It's very helpful.
Because otherwise we don't know. A lot of effort goes into them and we don't know.
Very helpful.
So positive feedback, it's not just about critical feedback, it's also positive feedback. All right, that's on the user side. Let's talk a little bit on the working group side. And here I'm going to drop in Kemo. I'm going to pass off the mic for you guys to talk for a few minutes about this one as well. Let me do a hot swap. There we go. There we go. Whoop. And there it is.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How do you feel Workgroup so far?
Good and bad. Like, I think always room for improvement. I think, like, the most interesting piece is coordinating people who have never met, seen each other's face, and then trying to get them to go in the same direction. I think you say alignment a lot. I think the bigger piece is figuring out kind of what makes someone kick, and then aligning that with other people who have a similar kick. Because, like, you can get a lot of people with talent in the same room. You can even get a lot of the same talent in the same room, similar experience and whatever else. But when you have, I guess, a decentralized group of people who don't necessarily even live in the same time zone, getting them to be responsible for themselves is, I think, a big challenge. But when it happens, it's
amazing.
It's
amazing,
really
right?
special. Like,
It's
the
really
most.
special,
It's why
right?
I'm in Web3. Like, yeah,
It's really special, right?
Very,
Yeah.
very special.
So that's the thing that I was trying to talk to you about. Right? Obviously, we have a number of workgroups now, right? We have CWG, right? And thanks for pioneering it, by the way. I never. Yeah, thanks for pioneering it.
Thanks for letting me. It was a great time.
It's so great, right?
And
So
the DAO,
great.
thank you too.
Yeah, I so great, right? So I think thanks for pioneering this. So I think someone loves you. They love CWG. Check it out. You know?
Oh wow, they know me.
Mom. So no, but I feel like one thing that's actually really important here, right, is the idea that so now that we are CWG, we got Arlene Work Group, we have the Cadet Work Group, the Jupiverse just coming out, and ideally there's a lot more coming out.
I think
it's 4 or 5 at least, you know?
I would love 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 40. I think
As
that
in micro groups. So how many
micro work
how many
groups
coming out?
coming up right now.
Yeah. Is that at least 2?
I would like to say there's 2. I think there are people that will comprise 2. I don't know, like Jupe and Juice is obviously the most recent trial group. I don't know exactly what the next 2 will look like in terms of what their formal proposal is. There's certainly enough people to make up a work group who are actively contributing.
Yeah, because for me, I would love to see like a DevRel work group.
Yeah,
I'd love to see like I'd love to see a music work group. I would love to see like there's certainly a lot of gaps I see right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of design work group who focus solely on
like,
creating design and
creating
UI
like
and
content and stuff. Yeah, things like that. You know, so I feel like there's things I want to see as well. Also, guys, it's also very interesting, important for me, right? And we should really, I really want this to be something, but I want to see a lot more collaboration, right? And like maybe PvP, you know, between the work groups, right? That's what I really want to see that. Because I feel like we live in a world whereby like you know, there's so much because people the community obsesses with the work group in the sense that they think of it mostly money terms, right? They go like they go like okay, they're getting X amount of money or whatever, right? But we know that it's not. That's only a very small equation, right? The one part is the first thing that goes to work groups is like the funding. Obviously, someone's gonna eat, right? You know. But the second thing is about support, right? It's about having like other people support you. You know what I'm saying, right? To go like, hey, what do you need? Like, how do you need help publicizing it? Everything, right? And the third one is actually legitimacy, right? But okay, a group of people give you now have permission, you know, to represent Jupiter in this way, right?
Yeah.
People don't know that. I think
like the thing that people miss is like they see the word work group. The first thing they think of is work, which is probably thinking of a job, which is then thinking of a boss. But the really important word in that two words is group, and it is a group of people who work. And the important piece is to get the people in place that you can actually collaborate with and actually, you know, build something with, and trust to do their part just as much as you can trust yourself to do your part. I think
give them the support they need.
Yeah, and give them the support. Emotional
right?
Support's a big piece of it too, because it can be very trying at times, especially like if you're used to a traditional job or having a traditional boss, like having a bunch of people all over the world, you know, asking you questions, you know, you'd never seen them before. That can be really difficult, and so it's really important that you're able to mesh well with your collaborators.
So yeah, that's the thing, right? So I think as mentioned earlier, I think I really want to see. I think one thing that I think we won't cover this too much in this call, but I really want to see a lot more collaboration between the groups, right? And also the members in those groups too,
Totally.
right? Because like uplink, there are many people uplink. There are many people in Juice. There are many members in CWG and stuff, and there are many members in like cadet groups, right? And also like all the other cadets. And so I really want to see like I don't know if it's crazy, but I really want to see like a lot more collaboration, a lot more regular get to know each other and stuff, right? And we talked about this, right? A regular call.
Yeah. We have a regular chat that I think it happens usually right after this Planetary call with the other work group members. I don't think Jupiverse are in that chat yet, but they will be. I think the other big piece, just in terms of like general breakpoint collaboration, is I brought all my equipment. There was a whole equipment budget chat about Jupe and Juice, and so they don't have like cameras and all the fancy stuff, whatever. So I'm going to loan them for breakpoint so that they can then create the content that they wanted to create. Anyway, I've got my own camera. I've been making content for a while. So, but that's like kind of the support system that's needed there, right? Like you don't necessarily need all of it up front, but if you can demonstrate it well, and you can kind of, you know, you have other work groups or someone like me who's bought us all his cameras and stuff to play with, and I'm not using it for anything in particular. So I think that's a big piece. And then I think just kind of figuring out like the intimacy, right? Like figuring out who is good at working with one another, and also who has like a good relationship. Like the Jupe and Juice guys, like Wake and Sax came in and were core work group's initial biggest fudders, but then
guys. One thing that you don't know here that's actually important information is that Wake and Sax, they were the biggest fathers of work groups.
Yeah, Meow said to Slorgan, is like, talk to Wake. You guys really got to talk to Wake. And Slorg and I can't look at Slorg because he's on the computer, but Slorg and I, if we were in the same room, would have looked at each other and be like, oh no.
No, here's the thing, like you always talk to your biggest critics.
Yeah.
Always,
totally,
right? Because that's actually
totally.
really important, right?
And
And so we'll move on from here. But then I think one thing that is going to happen is that CWG and the cadet work groups, they're going to hold like very regular Twitter spaces to help the work groups come together and follow each other and just talk to each other a lot more, right? So that's going to happen on a very regular basis.
Yeah, I think I gotta do the time zone, but I think the first space, we're gonna do a Twitter space on Thursday, I believe it is 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then
Yeah, it's
I'll let
like,
you know.
we'll
Yeah.
train you,
It's-
but,
yeah, yeah.
like we'll get to know. But
This week.
it's just
Yeah.
simple. We get to know each other,
Mhm.
right? Get to know each other and stuff. Help each other and stuff. Share more each other backgrounds and what you're working on, and maybe just discuss what you want to do. And about one last thing is that for work groups, I strongly encourage everyone to just try working together, right? Doesn't need to be the what with the micro grants. There's now a formal channel, right? And the important thing is just try doing stuff, right, together, and then at some point it converges towards micro grant and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cool. Awesome.
Totally.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, here's the swipey hot. Whatever you said.
Hot swap.
Hop swap.
Back in. There we go. All right. Critics are so important as long as the criticism is constructive. That's right. We try to make positive criticism here. All right. That is on the work groups. We did have something to show from the Gossip Goblin side, but I think we might show this next week. Actually.
Yeah,
It's a little
finish it,
bit. Yeah, we'll show this next week. But please, if you haven't already, go follow the Uplink work group. Show your support. There's this very cool thing that is starting to happen where there are multiple pages from the Jupiter community. There's Jup DAO, there's Jup Uplink, and there's so on and so forth here. And I think that we need your support to make sure that Uplink can be a vital process in all of this. What do we have here? I feel like Jupiter's taking my crypto journey to another level. So
Why though? Hey, Woodman, why though? I really don't know why. I think I really hope to do that. Yeah. So
that is right. We'll wait for Woodman to come into the chat and explain how it's taking his crypto journey. But again, shameless plug. Go follow Uplink right now. If you're watching this call, you're gonna love what's happening over there. I can promise
Uplink's
you that.
amazing. The Uplink Twitter account is fucking G, man.
Shout out to Clouds, Srijani, OG, Seb, Pedro, everybody else who's been working on Yoda.
No, seriously,
It's good stuff.
the Uplink work group is G, bro.
It's really
G.
good. Go
it's
follow.
amazing.
You're gonna enjoy.
It's
It's good
amazing.
Stuff.
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite.
so good stuff.
One of my favorite things around. Uplink is an awareness week. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Uplink, to be frank, is more of than CWG. No, I don't know what that means. But shout out Scarlett anytime. All right, already done. Ronella, that's why you're my favorite. Okay, let's go on next. What are you looking for?
Just one thing.
What's up? What are we looking for here? I've learned almost everything I know about crypto because of Jupiter.
Hey guys, no, it's actually really important. So we want to create and by the way, for example the Reddit, right, and stuff, right? It's like I feel like we really want to do this. We really want to create something whereby you can come in here and learn a lot of the good ethos, a lot of the good ideas, and a lot of good things about crypto. Right, how to use crypto, how to recognize good communities and stuff, how to be a good PPP member, right? How to play a DAO, everything. Right? So we really want to do that. Yeah. So thanks for that. Yeah.
So speaking of the DAO, I think maybe real quick what we can help hit here. Oh, there's so many nice comments about Uplink. Shout out to everybody in the chat who's saying such nice things. Go follow the page. But let's talk quickly about the DAO. And in particular, what I want to ask you here was about the relationship between the DAO and the working groups. Because you and I had a conversation off this a little while that was actually very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Where I think a lot of people were kind of thinking is like, the work groups kind of exist in order to service the DAO. The DAO in some way kind of owns the work groups and all their products out. What do you think? What is the relationship between the work groups and the DAO?
Work groups are independent members. They don't work for a DAO. They don't. They're accountable to the DAO. It's a big difference, right? They're accountable to a DAO,
but
right?
not managed by the DAO.
They're not managed. A DAO. Can you imagine a DAO managing something? No, the DAO can't manage a peanut, right? I'm not even joking. I'm serious. The DAO is a piece of software. I mean, think about it, guys. The DAO is a piece of software. The DAO can't manage a piece of peanuts. Forget it, right? You know, right? What the DAO is really good for, right? And important for, right? You gotta think about it, right? It's like a voting process, right? It's like can the voting what does the voting do? Like the voting system, like the democracy system, right? Is literally the most important system in America, for example, right? But it doesn't really do anything, right? But what does it do? It grants legitimacy. It's a stamp to say, okay, let's go. You are the president. Let's go.
You have the will of the people behind you.
You have the will, precisely. Right? Now, the DAO grants the rule of the people, the will of the people. That's what it does. Right? I'm saying, so it's like, okay, cool. All right.
It's like a coordinating function, basically, right? It like takes all these different opinions that people might have, and then we get something legible.
Precisely. Yeah, there you go. Right? It's like it's a clarifying and defining thing. Right? For example, say the ASR thing. Right? For example, okay, cool. All right. Are we gonna take the access thing? Are we gonna burn it? Are we gonna extend it? Or are we gonna just abstain? Or whatever, things like that. So I feel like it's actually a really important point, right? Because So basically, it's very important. Nothing about it, guys. I had just again like the work groups, for example, right now. If the work groups are say, if I pay them, if the team pays them, right? Who they talk to?
The team.
The team. If and if you want something, who do you talk to? The team, right? And that happens for 99% of the things in crypto, right?
Correct.
Right? You know, it's like but then what if what if it's like the DAO, right? There's a cool, all right. They again, they don't talk to a DAO.
Then you have to
they talk to a community, right? So they have to get the good community and stuff. They have to show the good community. They have to they have to they have to like be there. The community, right? So
they have to work in public and
process.
so on.
They work in public, they show their work in public and stuff, right? It's a complete process.
That's why I think it's a very helpful framing that the DAO is a tool that allows the community to express their opinions and their thoughts and give it their kind of mandate in a concentrated way.
Right.
And
so work groups are accountable to a DAO, but they are their own guys. Okay? That's it.
And then I think that takes us into the last kind of part of the J.U.P over here, which is the team.
Yeah, I think I feel like for what I was saying, teaming stuff is I think we work really hard but that's who cares? No, who cares about that? No, seriously. I just because no one cares if you work hard or not. It's about results that matter, right? You know what I'm saying? But I think I would say that I think we work really hard. And we actually I think where we try to be PPP is that in a few things, right? Number one, as I mentioned and stuff, I think I'm going to lock up all my Jup vested Jup. Right? I'm gonna lock up all my vested Jup for like 2 more years at least, right? 2 more years at least and stuff, right? And then and also I think many of our team members are going to do the same thing as well. Xiong is going to do the same thing as me. Right? We're gonna lock it up. We're gonna lock it all the way till like 2026. And then many of our team members, they are also locking it out as well. You know, I made it very clear, by the way, right? The team, they have the right to exit, right? So the first cliff, we're locking out everything, and then me and Xiong will continue locking out everything till like 2026, and then 2026. Right, and then and most of team members they're gonna lock out first one as well. But they if they have any liquidities, they might exit some. Right, that's it. Right, no. But then most of them okay, I'm going to do like 80% of them or something. Right.
But critically, the team's role in all of this is not to govern and to kind of like in a very concentrated, centralized way direct the efforts of the community, right? So when you think about like when it's what the team wants or desires versus what the community wants and desires, how are you going to balance those two things?
So let me finish a few things first, right? I think first of all, it's like alignment. Alignment. I mean, I talk about the whole locking thing, right? Because it's to align that, okay, cool, all right. Again, I can't promise what the Jup price is going to be, right? But I can for sure promise that my interests are exactly the same as yours.
Yeah.
There's
no world where you make it and the community
doesn't. That's actually very important to me. I say again, right? It's like, guys, it's so important to me, right? I'm a zero boy, right? So I don't promise anything I can't promise anything about Jup, right? But I promise that my interests are 100% alike with yours, right? That's how I think about it. Right? Yeah. So I think it's important. So I think that's one way to do it, right? Alignment, right? So I think that's actually, and I feel like in crypto, right? Things break down, right? When there's misalignment, the team has certain things they care about, and the community cares about other things. Right? I think that breaks down, right? So I think that's only one thing that I think is very important to kind of preserve, right? That there's a lot of trust, right? That one I really want to have maintain this like alignment thing, right? That that we are fully aligned. That's huge, I think. It's for me, it's huge, right? And then I think the second thing to do, and I think the second thing to do is to make sure that like there's always like this virtual cycle, right? Whereby we are constantly in communication, right? You know what I'm saying? And we're in tune about what's going on, right? About like what which is why we do this course. So which I'm always on Twitter or Discord. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's actually one thing that's actually very, very important here. Yeah. To kind of like keep the alignment going. Yeah.
Alignment is critical.
Alignment is critical stuff. Yeah. Also transparency, right? Just being very transparent about everything, right? And also and obviously there's some things that might be divisive and stuff, right? And like for example, around the Jup token is a great example, right? Something that can have many different opinions, right? So I think in those cases, I think what I do is quite simple, right? I think I will try my best to communicate with extreme detail, about like why I think something's a case and why something's not a case and stuff. And I do think, as of now, it's like my my responsibility to make sure that we don't do anything disastrous. You know what I'm saying, right? I think there are many things that I think we could do that would be really bad. You know what I'm saying? And then, but so I think but I will say that like I do take everything very seriously, but I also have to figure out what's disastrous or not and not do those things. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
I think that takes
and if there's any, but of course if there's any like backlash or anything they're not happy, I'll be responsible for it, right? So that's it. Yeah,
there it is, folks. I think that takes us through all 5 components of the J.U.P community here. This was the first ever Jupe rally, which I think came through with a bunch of energy and hopefully a bunch of kind of interactive. What is this?
POAP. It's fine. No worries.
POAPs. All right. POAPs are in the chat. Well, you got to give the people, what they want. So here right now, for those of you who have been waiting for, who want to kind of fill out the wallet with something beautiful, here it is. It's so cute, guys.
So cute. So
cute.
good.
Too good.
So good. So good.
All you got to do is scan this QR code, make sure that you have at least 50 Jupe in the wallet, and then you will get that POAP very soon. This has been the first ever Jupe rally.
So thanks a lot for being here and stuff. I don't know how many of you came through, but
let us know in the chat if you're still. Do you like this format? Should we do this like on a more regular basis? Just do Jupe rallies, answer questions, kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah,
let us know right now.
But guys, first of all, I think if anyone is writing a summary and stuff, please mention the summary that this is an impromptu thing. But it is pretty impromptu, right? But
this is not scripted, as you can tell.
I feel like it's also nice because I say a lot of things I wouldn't say usually.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that I really care for, right? But I don't really say if I wrote an essay, that's the reason why it takes me forever to write it. Because Kemo knows it. If I write an essay, I really try to get every word right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I'm being more freeform here. So yeah, I think if you like it, let me know and stuff. I would really, really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And then if you like anything that I said or Kash said, this is pretty hard. But let me know as well. And if you tweet at me to let me know what you appreciate about it. If you write summaries and stuff, again, the 10 bounty is up for grabs. Yeah. I'd love to.
We'll get that bounty listed and live. We'll tweet it out through the Jupiter uplink thing, so you can submit it over on that one. Excellent. There we go. Folks, that is going to do it for myself, for Kemo, for Meow. Shout out to Prado, Abhishek, May, everybody else who's upstairs still grinding
come
all the way. Yeah, bring it in here, everybody. Bring it in here.
Come, let's go.
The real
Go.
with some push-ups.
And the feet.
For all of us.
And the feet.
Come.
Abhishek, get in here as well. Get in here as well. For all of us over here, thanks for coming out to this Jupe rally.
There's a full production crew, by the way. You don't
Full
see
production, yeah. Look at the guys
full
behind the
fucking
camera.
production, guys. Yeah.
6 hours notice, by the way. These guys jumped into action. So thank you guys very much. And thank you all.
Every week. We do it every week.
Every goddamn week.
Yeah.
Of hell or high water. Thank you so much for joining. We will see you again next week, same time.
Thank you.